Welcome. This is the continuation of the previous classes. Today we will talk about the normal functions of leaf and modifications of leaf. So what are the normal functions of leaf? The normal functions of leaf is photosynthesis, transpiration and respiration. See, these are the normal functions of leaf, vital functions like photosynthesis, transpiration and respiration. In addition to the normal functions, certain leaf are modified to perform other functions, and such modifications are called leaf modifications. We can see one by one. Leaves are modified into tendril. Some weak-stemmed plants, the leaves are modified into slender, wiry, coiled structures called tendrils. They help the plant to climb on the support. As in the case of a pea, the leaflets are modified into tendril for climbing support. As in the case of Lathyrus latifolius, the entire leaf or the leaflet is modified into tendril, again for climbing support. In the case of Gloriosa superba, the leaf tip is modified into tendril. This also helps the plant to climb on the support. In the case of Smilax, there the stipule is modified into tendril. What is stipule? We have discussed the stipule, the small scale-like structures produced on either side of the petiole or the leaf base. That structure is called stipule. That stipule is modified into tendril. They help the plant to climb on the support. See, the leaf is modified into tendril, leaf tip is modified into tendril, and the stipule is modified into tendril for climbing support. Then petiole is modified into tendril, as in the case of Nepenthes. The petiole is modified into tendril, that is not mainly meant for the climbing support, but instead it helps the plant to keep the flask in the upright position so that they can attract insects. This is insectivorous plant. The lamina is modified into flask-like structure. The leaf tip is modified into a lid. And this flask or the pitcher is kept in erect position or an upright position with the help of this petiole tendrils. So that is the function of this tendril, petiolar tendril. Then leaves are modified into hooks. The terminal leaflet is modified into hook-like structure, as in the case of Bignonia anguiscati. Bignonia anguiscati. So here the hook resembles the shape of cat claw. That is why it is called Bignonia anguiscati. The terminal leaflet is modified into hook-like structure for climbing support. Then leaf is modified into spines. The entire leaf is modified, as in the case of cactus, to reduce excess transpiration. The case of Sisyphus, the stipules modified into spines. In the case of cactus, the entire leaf is modified into spines to reduce excess transpiration. And here, see the stipules modified into spines for protection from the browsing animals. See, in the case of date palm, the leaf tip is modified into spines, again protection from the browsing animals. Then the leaf margin is modified into spines, as in the case of aloe vera. There also the protection. Then, as in the case of ruscus, the leaf is modified into scale leaves. See, the petiole is modified into a leaf-like structure that is called a phyllodes. Petiole is modified into a leaf-like structure with the single internode is called cladode. And the axils, the leaf is modified into a scale-like structure, leaf scales. Another example, in the case of onion, there also the scales are modified and it become fleshy due to the storage of food materials. So the leaves are modified into scales. See, as in the case of acacia, the bipedally compound leaf fall very soon, then the rachis or the petiole is modified into a leaf-like structure and performing the functions of leaf, and this is called phyllodes. Right? The petiole is modified into leaf-like structure and performing the functions of leaf. See, the leaves are modified. Then leaves are modified for storing water and food materials, as in the case of bryophyllum. The leaves are modified to store water and food. Calonche, there also you can see. Aloe vera, there also you can see the leaves are modified to store food and water. Then the insectivorous plants like Nepenthes, the lamina is modified into a flask-shaped structure to capture insects. The leaf tip is modified into lid. So they are brightly colored so that they can alight, or the insect alight this flask. The insectivorous plants, the leaves are modified. See? Then another non-insectivorous plant, example Distidia rafflesiana, there the leaves are modified, the leaflet is modified into a flask-shaped structure to store water and dewdrops, and they are not mainly meant for capturing insects. This is non-insectivorous plant, and from the node the plant produces adventitious roots, and these adventitious roots penetrate into the pitcher and absorb water from this. This is Distidia leaf pitcher, non-insectivorous plant. Distidia rafflesiana is a common example. So leaf is modified into pitcher for capturing insects as well as store water and dewdrops. Then the leaflets are modified into bladder-like structures to capture insects, as in the case of Utricularia, otherwise called bladderworts. So submerged aquatic plant. So the leaflets are modified into flask-shaped structure to capture insects. So the leaves are modified to perform other functions. So with this, the modifications of leaves are over. The next class we will discuss the flower. Thank you very much.